This video is brought to you by Retro, the high-quality throwback video game magazine, featuring reviews for things past and present, top 10s, roundtable discussions, and more. For more information, check out readretro.com. The Mario Kart series is one of the most loved and well-known gaming series around the world. Even if you're not a fan of video games, chances are you've still played one of the many Mario Kart games throughout the years. But have you ever wondered about the development process of these games, such as the changes they go through while being made? Well, if you have, you're in luck, because today we're taking a look at the beta for Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 64 was one of my favorite racing games growing up. Well, second to Diddy Kong Racing, which I'm still eagerly awaiting another game for, but I digress. This game holds a lot of nostalgia for me, and probably for you too, but before it became Mario Kart 64, it was known as Super Mario Kart R. Super Mario Kart R was first shown as a playable version in 1995 at an exhibition in Japan. Unlike most games that are shown these days at places like E3, Gamescom, and the Tokyo Game Show, where there is still some work to be done, Super Mario Kart R was mostly complete. If we look at the footage here and compare it with the final game, there really isn't any differences. Most differences from the beta to the final game would really be aesthetic ones, such as item blocks. The title screen is much different, well, because it was a different name, and if we take a closer look, we can see a character in the background that doesn't appear in the final game. Magic Koopa. Magic Koopa would eventually go on to be replaced by Donkey Kong, of course. The character select screen is also much different aside from the exemption of Donkey Kong. Check out the portraits in comparison to the final game. It really almost looks like the characters were rendered using a high-end Super Nintendo engine, similar to Super Mario RPG if you'd like. The character design on Mario, Luigi, and Wario is also drastically different from what we see in the final release. Almost as if they didn't quite know where they were going with a 3D Mario design just yet. In the beta footage, we can also see a vertical split screen in place for multiplayer. This was exempt from the final game. However, we can still access it using a Game Shark. A debug menu is also accessible where you can get all of the gold cups with a push of a button, which is pretty convenient if you ask me. The changes that ended up in the final game I would say are for the better. I enjoy playing as Donkey Kong. The final artwork for the game, like the title screen and the character portraits, are really cool. So with all that being said, I hope you learned something about Mario Kart 64, the beta, or better known as Super Mario Kart R. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment to let me know what you think of this video. And if you have suggestions for future videos, leave them down below as well.